Hey Samantha, do you know what the word adamant means?
Of course, Ed. It means to be unyielding or inflexible in one's attitude or position.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was just reading a book and came across it.
It's a great word to use when describing someone who is determined and won't back down.
Exactly, like if someone is adamant about their beliefs, they won't change their mind no matter what.
Right, and it can also be used to describe something that is hard or impossible to break.
Yeah, like an adamant diamond.
Exactly. It's also used in phrases like adamant refusal or adamant stance to describe someone who is very firm in their decision.
Interesting. Thanks for explaining that to me, Samantha.
No problem, Ed. That's what friends are for.
Hey Samantha, do you know what the word accustomed means?
Sure, Ed. Accustomed means to be in the habit of doing something or to be familiar with it.
So if I were to wake up early every day, I would be accustomed to getting up early.
Yes, that's right. You would be used to it, and it wouldn't be difficult for you.
And if I were to suddenly wake up late, I would be unaccustomed to getting up late.
Yes, that's correct. You would not be used to it, and it might be difficult for you.
That makes sense. And if I were to move to a new city, I would have to become accustomed to the new environment.
Yes, exactly. It would take some time for you to get used to the new surroundings and feel comfortable in it.
Thanks for explaining that to me, Samantha. I think I have a better understanding of the concept now.
You're welcome, Ed. Remember that becoming accustomed to something can take time, but it's a natural process that we all go through.
Hey Samantha, do you know what the word accurate means?
Sure, Ed. Accurate means being correct and precise. It's the opposite of inaccurate.
I see. So, if I were to measure the length of a room using a ruler, and I got the exact measurement, that would be accurate.
Yes, that's right. An accurate measurement would be one that matches the actual length of the room.
And if I were to estimate the length of the room, that would be inaccurate.
Yes, that's correct. An estimate would not be as precise as an actual measurement.
Thanks for explaining that to me, Samantha. I think I have a better understanding of the concept now.
No problem, Ed. Remember that accurate information is important in many fields, like science and engineering, where precision is crucial.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Thanks again, Samantha. Hey Samantha, do you know what the word accumulate means?
Of course, Ed. To accumulate means to gather or collect something over time.
Ah, I see. So if I were to save money every month, that would be accumulating wealth.
Exactly. And it can apply to other things too, like knowledge or experience.
Interesting. So does that mean if I spend all my money, I would be depleting my wealth?
Yes, that's right. To deplete means to reduce or use up something gradually.
Thanks for explaining that to me, Samantha. I think I have a better understanding of the concept now.
You're welcome, Ed. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask.
Hey Samantha, do you know what the meaning of the word abundant is?
Yeah, it means to have a lot of something or to be plentiful. Like an abundant harvest or an abundant supply of water.
Oh, okay. So it's like when there's more than enough of something.
Exactly. It's the opposite of scarce or limited.
I see. So, if someone says they have an abundant life, it means they have a lot of good things in their life.
Yes, exactly. It can also refer to having a lot of wealth or resources.
Interesting. I never really thought about it that way.
It's a great word to know, because it's often used to describe positive situations or outcomes.
Yeah, you're right. I'll definitely have to remember that. Thanks for explaining it to me.
No problem. That's what friends are for. Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Sarah. She was an adamant believer in the power of positive thinking and always looked for the silver lining in every situation. However, she had a peculiar habit that her friends and family found quite amusing. Sarah was accustomed to talking to inanimate objects, convinced that they had feelings and personalities just like people. She would have entire conversations with her lamp, her fridge, and even her toothbrush. One day, while walking to school, Sarah stumbled upon a strange object in the street. It was a small, round, metallic device with a button on top. Without hesitation, Sarah picked it up and brought it home with her. As soon as she got home, Sarah began to accumulate a variety of other random items she found lying around the house. She had an old toy car, a broken watch, and even an empty can of soda. Sarah's room was now filled to the brim with these various trinkets, and she was convinced that they were all her friends. She would spend hours talking to them, telling them about her day, and asking for their opinions on various matters. One day, Sarah's mother came into her room to check on her. She was shocked at the sight before her eyes. The room was an absolute mess, and Sarah was sitting in the middle of it, talking to an empty can of soda. "Sarah, what on earth is going on here?" her mother asked, trying to stifle a laugh. "Mom, I've made some new friends," Sarah said, gesturing to the pile of accumulated junk. "This is Timmy, the toy car, and this is Susan, the broken watch. And this is Fred, the can of soda." Her mother couldn't help but burst out laughing. "Sarah, they're just objects, they can't be your friends," she said, still chuckling. "But Mom, you don't understand," Sarah replied, an adamant look on her face. "They're all so unique and special in their own ways. And they're always so accurate with their advice. They never steer me wrong." Her mother shook her head, still chuckling. "Well, I suppose it doesn't hurt to have an abundance of friends, even if they are inanimate." And with that, she left the room, leaving Sarah to continue her conversations with her newfound friends. From that day on, Sarah's room remained an endless source of amusement for her family, but Sarah couldn't be happier. She had an abundance of friends, who always gave her accurate advice and made her life much more interesting.